I would have played no matter what. Loved it. You couldn't keep me away from the table.
Stylish, classic player. Got every shot in the book.
Oh, he always wore this red frilly shirt with the biggest dicky boy you've ever seen.
You've got to have a bit of heart, and that's what Doug had. Big heart.
I was a minor, yeah.
What did that feel like?
Well, I suppose there wasn't a lot of work around at the time, Jack, you know, and in the mines you went. My father was a miner, so as far as I was concerned, in the mines I was to go.
My father didn't want him to go down the mines. He was dead against it. But yes, he went down the mines to fund his snooker.
I was buried. And I had a bit of a shock. It came over my head. You know, it's just a shock to your system, really.
But when you've had 8 hours in the dark, you come out and you never see daylight sometimes in the winter. The magic of the old Lucania or the Institute must have been great. Huh?
No, it really gripped me.
Yeah.
There was no other game.
He just loved it from day one. Once he discovered snooker, everything else went out the door. He was in the class above me, and the teacher used to say to me very often, "Miss Mountjoy, where's your brother?" And of course I'd say, "I don't know, sir." But of course I knew where he was. Don't you? Playing snooker.
He met my mum when she was 19, and that was in the Stute, and he was 26. The Stute used to have sort of dances downstairs, and the snooker club was upstairs. And he said he literally said he saw her across the room, and he said she was the prettiest girl he'd ever seen. My mum had the hairdressing salon, and she pretty much was working more than he was. Because he was playing snooker, he wasn't earning enough money to support the family.
There was nothing in the game. I was in the police force, and it's a big risk leaving the police force in a good job to turn pro. Well, there was nothing in it. There was no world championship. There was no professional world championship taking place. There was no sponsor. There was no television. There was nothing.
He became a foreman in a factory, Super Oil Seals, and he was there for a good many years. Still do, you know, competitions, go in amateur competitions.
I know all about his amateur career. He was well known. I mean, he came up at the same time as Terry Griffiths, really. They were more or less within a year of each other.
It's a chance, I suppose. The chance that you have to take.
He won the tournament in South Africa, and life was completely different. When he came back from South Africa and coming home from school, So it was, you know, tiny little 2-bedroom, 2-up, 2-down cottage. And there was like press and media everywhere.
That set him off on that road, which eventually led him to become a professional snooker player.
Well, you're building that big call, you got a hubcap, diamond star halo. You build like a car.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Mountjoy here, on his way to this final, defeated no less than 3 former world champions in John Foreman, Fred Davis and Alex Higgins. Following a shake of the hands all round, we come into the 13th and final frame of this great final between the 4 consecutive times winner of the World Professional Championship, the world champion, and current holder of the Benson Hedges title, his opponent, first time in the tournament, also from Wales, as is the champion, at the table, Doug Mountjoy. Anybody's match, anybody's title, but the winner to pick up £2,000.
This was a very interesting tournament, really, not only this particular game, because he went to the wire, didn't it, really, the 6-all at that stage. And he was about the first one to make a mistake, really. I know what the outcome of it is because I was there. It's just a one-ball game, isn't it, really? Yeah.
8 points behind.
Yeah, I've doubled it down the table and very badly as well, because it's come out. Oh, that should be the end of it, that should, yeah. Oh, I've overrated by a mile.
Mountjoy to have a go at the pot so as to leave the pink and, of course, the black.
He's going to go for this. He's got to do it. Yeah. Yeah, there you are. Yeah. Well done, Mr. Mountjoy. Fantastic. And there you are. You're giving him applause, you know.
A terrific win there.
This was one of the best games that I've played in any tournament ever. And Doug and I, we were both on form.
A very, very happy Doug Mountjoy, who takes the trophy, the gold trophy, the £2,000 first prize. And of course...
And I didn't have any excuse. I played magic. But he played better magic, if you like, yeah. So it was a pleasure.
I didn't really know whether I was going to make it. I don't think anyone knows. It's a gamble, but I'm glad I took that gamble to become a pro.
Crown of UK professional snooker champion and a magnificent rate of 120. Show you everyone, it's the time of the season for love.
Well, what a team that is. Raiden, Mountjoy and Griffiths. I mean, you know, that's just... I'd love to have snuck in the fourth place in that team. I mean, no wonder they won it. You know, there's probably 3 of the best players around.
Well, I'm lucky enough to come from South Wales. There's an awful lot of good players in South Wales. And I played for a good team, amateur. Also the internationals. Against especially England.
Down in Wales, you know, I mean, we turn out to Barry Johns and what have you. And we got factories down there for Griffiths and Mountjoy and Raiders.
You will hear the medical. ovation for Welshman Doug Mountjoy.
The man who made that incredible break is my special guest this week. We welcome Doug Mountjoy.
You know, in the 80s, the game just started to boom. Who's playing? Am I playing? Yeah. Oh, wow.
Good evening. Welcome to the final of Pot Black. 16 of the world's top players set out at the start of this 17th series all those weeks ago in early January. And now we're down to just two, Doug Mountjoy and Jimmy White.
I remember Doug Mountjoy's frilly shirts. He was a fantastic guy.
Jimmy White. And Jimmy concedes. And so, with commiserations to Jimmy White, it's every congratulation to Doug Mountjoy, who has played some brilliant snooker throughout these 15 shows and now becomes Pot Black champion.
Yeah, he beat me. That's right.
From Wales, Doug Mountjoy.
Real strong character, great player.
And, you know, we enjoyed it very much. As I say, Jimmy didn't have much luck, but you did.
No,
and that's how it goes, isn't it?
Jimmy wasn't hitting a good ball, and he gave me all the chances.
However, Pot Black champion, Pot Black, highest break, two great guys. Well done.
Thank you, Alan.
He was just a quiet, unassuming gentleman, was Doug Mountjoy.
He was a world champion in the making. But of course, Steve Davis came on the scene, didn't he? Yeah, well, that was a bit of a problem, wasn't it? Really?
Doug Mountjoy.
Doug was a great player. But in a way, sometimes you've only got a certain window within the game, and before another generation comes along. Doug's first chance to win the World Championship. It's difficult to guarantee to win. It's not just about your form. It's not even like golf where you get equal shots. Snooker's quite cruel in as much as when you can't, you have to sit there and wait for the other guy. He's got the ball at the time, and so. You could beat yourself up as a player, and it's not really your fault.
Very good break, this Jack. Just wants this black and one more red to leave Doug leading snookers.
It wasn't a breeze. It was still a hard-fought match, but it seemed like I was destined to win it.
And here, surely, Doug Mountjoy sees his mistake. Watching the title drift away. He's breathing heavily as he comes down to this final pink. And that's it. The world snooker champion,
1981, Steve Davis.
It was Steve Davis's first. He was quite brilliant. It probably would have made me a millionaire had I won. It made Steve Davis a millionaire instead.
Oh, he was devastated. Devastated.
I don't really know what happened. You know, he just couldn't seem to get anything right. Mum was sort of packing one shirt for him. So, you know, because she thought he'd be home. He's not going to win. He needed something to focus on and to get his confidence back. After that point then, he started to see Frank Callan.
Frank Callan was very knowledgeable about the game. Went back years into the past and has always studied technique. Doug went, I wonder if Frank can help me. And for a split second of eternity, Frank Callan somehow turned Doug's game around.
My basics are hands and eyes, and I think your bridge hand is important. Without a good bridge hand, you can't play the game. One thing that's neglected in all is the importance of your backhand, and that is what does all the work at snooker, your backhand.
Got him practicing harder. Refocused Doug's mind, gave him something to be inspired about, and then Doug went on a little purple patch, which to this day, it was astonishing.
We all called him privately at home the comeback man. In those days, we used to watch it on the CFAX because, you know, there's no internet or anything like that. So we just have the CFAX page on, waiting for the score to come up.
If I thought, you know, who's this, you know, I'm playing an old man in the final. And you think, well, he's not going to beat me. And it was like, I mean, 27 years between us, it was like I'm playing someone that I used to watch on Pot Black before I even picked up a cue. So yeah, I probably went into the final far too cocky. I see. Recognise the old Frank Callan cue action.
A UK champion of the future, no doubt. An emotional moment for some of us who've known Doug Mountjoy for so long.
Emotional moment for me, I was fuming.
Few of us expected to see Doug Mountjoy again in a major final. Not only that, he has won it.
28, Mountjoy.
So, after a marvellous contest,
3 centres in 3 frames Mountjoy made.
Oh, the crowd was going bonkers. So proud. Bless him. Yeah, I still think he just couldn't believe what happened.
I mean, even in those days, the players were older generally, but 46 still to win a tournament like that was still like, wow.
You know, I don't expect to win things at my age. Honestly, you know, I'm being truthful. I've got as you class a snooker guru.
Frank Callan.
Frank Callan.
Obviously, Doug, you know, with working with Frank, he's got that spark back. He found something technically, and it just clicked in. And it just gave him huge confidence.
What are you going to do with £88,000? That's going to change your Christmas list, isn't it?
Well, you know, I mean, I just think, you know, my bank manager, you know, I mean, yeah, hey, come here, you know, I mean, I'll go in there now and say, hey, come here.
You've got every right to. To you, congratulations. To you, Stephen, well played. It was a great final. Thanks for the entertainment.
When he won that UK and then the Mercantile back-to-back was amazing, and everyone in the snooker went, whoa, what a player this guy is.
And Wayne Jones concedes. So once again, it's Doug Mountjoy who brings home the bacon. He becomes the 1989 Mercantile Credit Classic champion.
The uncrowned king of Pontypool, I suppose, now, is Doug Mountjoy. And one can understand it's a very overwhelming moment to have achieved something that only Steve Davis has done before. 2 titles, major ones, back-to-back.
2 on the trot. You know, I don't think he ever got the recognition for doing that at that age, you know, and beat Wayne Jones. And I remember because I used to practice with Wayne Jones as well. So, you know, just watching the 2 Welsh boys in the final was great for someone like me coming up, you know, trying to become a snooker player myself and seeing them play in the final, so it was good to watch.
Yvonne, what has this man on your left been like since winning the UK title? A transformed character, I think, hasn't he been?
Well, just tremendous like that.
And what about today? What do you feel now?
Very happy and proud.
He had to have a physical because they were going abroad somewhere. I think it was China, maybe, I'm not sure. And they discovered that he had this tumour in his lung.
He just came back and he said, he sat us all down and he said, right, he said, I got the big C. And we just said, what?
Fortunately, it was it was very small, but they said he had had it quite a while. And fortunately, they could actually remove the one lung and get rid of it altogether.
Well, I was shocked. I mean, as anybody would be. I thought I wasn't well, but never thought that it would be that serious, you know, that I was that ill, really.
He was like sort of coaching me most days for maybe a full season. You know, he came to a few tournaments with me. I took him to the World Championships with me. He always used to say back of the ball, which not many people will understand, but you know, when you heard him say it, he kept saying it, and eventually it just made total sense. He was in 11 o'clock bang on every day, and guaranteed 1 minute before 11 he'd come in and he'd play for 2 hours, 1 o'clock, and he'd be gone, and he was doing that pretty much every day, really. I see him he practice at the table next to me. Sometimes we'd have a game, not too often, but, you know, 2 hours every day, and, you know, that's unbelievable, really, when you think at his age, he was still coming in, enjoying it, and playing every day on his own, you know. And, you know, he was still knocking 100 breaks in. Even then, you know, he'd play other people, and he'd still knock 100 breaks in.
He went in, he was going to have an operation. He had a vein that he needed seeing to in his leg because he had bad circulation in his feet. And they were really sore and they were swelling. And I took him to St. Wooler's and they said, oh, yes, Mr. Mountjoy, well enough to have the operation now next week. And that was on a Wednesday. And on the Sunday, he died. Sorry. I gave him a big kiss and a hug and I said, see you later.
You knew it was nearly time for the night to finish for him was because he sung Danny Boy, which was his parting piece.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling.
And a lovely guy, an absolutely lovely guy.
Glen to glen and down the mountainside.
Yeah, classic player.
Summer's gone.
Wonderful control of the cue
all the
ball.
roses fallen.
One of the few players I could watch play forever.
Must go and I must bide.
And it was sad, you know. It wasn't really till you come back in the club, because obviously you see him every day, 11 till 1, and you know he don't come in the club anymore. The door don't open. Like 1 minute to 11, the door don't open anymore. And you think like pretty sad, you know.
And white with snow. I'll be here in sunshine.
Yeah, he was a lovely man, very polite, very friendly.
Oh, Danny boy.
And that's his legacy, isn't it? Being a great family man. He loved us and we loved him.
Bend down and tell me that you love me, and I will rest in peace until you come